Walmart joining a growing list of companies rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives amid growing pressure from conservative activists.
I am very proud to report to you guys that Walmart has decided on making some changes.
The largest retailer in the world confirming it will curb racial equity training for employees, no longer consider suppliers race or gender to boost diversity, stop selling LGBTQ-themed items online that are marketed to children, including chest binders for youth going through a gender change, and end funding for its Racial Equity Center, a 5-year philanthropic effort launched after the police killing of George Floyd in 2020. Which sparked nationwide protests and a racial justice reckoning. Walmart, which employs roughly 1.6 million workers in the U.S., also ended its participation in the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index, following the same move by Ford, Harley-Davidson, Lowe's, and Molson Coors.
We will not stop until we have eliminated wokeness in corporate America.
The public push for change at Walmart spearheaded by Robbie Starbuck, a former music video director turned conservative activist who leads what he calls an effort to eliminate wokeness.
I think this is a tremendous victory. Many have tried to get companies at this scale to change corporate policy, and it's ultimately a very, very difficult effort.
What do you think the implications of this are?
Big picture is actually very simple for me. I believe that companies need to sort of change the way that they operate around these issues to adopt a neutral approach where nobody with a specific set of political beliefs feels that the other side's political beliefs are being forced on them.
A spokesperson for Walmart confirms the company had conversations with Starbucks over the last week, but already had DEI-related changes underway. Walmart writing in a statement, "We've been on a journey and know we aren't perfect, but every decision comes from a place of wanting to foster a sense of belonging." Starbucks, who has more than 1 million followers on social media, has called on consumers to boycott several companies over their, quote, woke policies.
I got some Bud Lights for us.
A similar boycott of Bud Light last year after the company featured transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney in marketing tanked sales of the beer, with Anheuser-Busch reporting a 10.5% revenue decline in the months that followed.
Conservatives have organized in ways that progressive and liberals, frankly, just have not. They have organized in ways to attack DEI and to spread misinformation and disinformation about what DEI is and aims to do.
Sean Harper, a professor of business who has worked with hundreds of companies, says DEI initiatives are meant to be inclusive, not divisive. He says the undoing of those efforts shows some corporations failed to prioritize diversity in a meaningful way.
The fact that these efforts are so easily undone strongly signal to me that they were not as durable as they should have been in the first place, that the commitment to them, the corporate commitment, was not as strong as it should have been.
What message does this send to other retailers, to consumers? What are the far-reaching implications?
When companies abandon their commitment to DEI, especially a company as big as Walmart, it gives others permission to do so. It gives others permission to turn their backs on women, on veterans, on Americans with disabilities, on customers, clients, and employees who are racially and ethnically diverse.